Star Wars and Lucasfilm are in total desperation. Right now, we're pretty much experiencing the sequel trilogy all over again. The fandom is, by and large, unhappy, full of apathy, and just leaving the franchise altogether. And now, industry insider DanielRPK has released their next move. And the move? Dave Filoni has decided to bring back Luke Skywalker to fight the big bad in Ahsoka Season 2. Way too little, way too late. Hey guys, welcome back to Echo Base Network. We actually had a chill stream, a live stream last night where we discussed this. Today we're going to go a little bit deeper and look into the lore and connect the dots. This is probably what's going to happen. I mean, all of it makes sense. Wait a minute, it actually makes sense. How dare I think logically? Lucasfilm doesn't do that, so this can't happen. So we're going to dive right into this leak. Fandom Wire writes, they have to bring Luke in to face her. Disney can set up a nasty Luke Skywalker fight sequence in Ahsoka Season 2 with Abeloth's reported Star Wars debut. Abeloth can bring one of the darkest and most fan-favorite stories in Star Wars live-action saga. Wait a minute, who the freak is Abeloth? Abeloth is a powerful and ancient entity in the Star Wars expanded universe now known, unfortunately, as Legends. Introduced in the Fate of the Jedi series of novels, Abeloth is depicted as being of immense dark side power. Originally a woman who served as a servant to the Ones, a family of powerful Force wielders who represented different aspects of the Force. You've heard of the Ones. We commonly refer to them as the Mortis gods, the Father, the Daughter, the Son. Seeking to become immortal like the Ones, Abeloth drank from the fountain of power and bathed in the pool of knowledge, transforming her into a twisted and immensely powerful being. Abeloth is often referred to as the bringer of chaos. She has a terrifying and monstrous appearance, and her presence in the galaxy brings destruction and chaos. She feeds on fear and suffering, making her a formidable and malevolent force. The character becomes the major antagonist in the Fate of the Jedi series, where she poses a significant threat to the galaxy. Luke Skywalker, along with other Jedi, confronts her in an effort to stop her reign of terror. Abeloth's powers are vast and include mind control, illusions, and immense dark side abilities. She is one of the most powerful dark side entities in the Star Wars Legends continuity. So now that we're on the same page with her background, here's how all the dots connect. First, the Acolyte is terrible. Fans have left the franchise. They're done. Disney Star Wars is awful. So they got to do anything they can to bring viewers back. The last insanely great thing, only great thing that they've really given us is the episode appropriately titled The Rescue. Appropriately titled. It was after the sequel trilogy. Fans are unhappy. Star Wars is done. It's toast. It's a corpse. And then they do this. And it actually brought fans back to the franchise for just a little bit. But since then, they've given us the Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, Mandalorian Season 3, Ahsoka, and now this? Oh man, that's awful. To illustrate the apathy of the fans, she was actually interviewed 2 days ago on the Mary Sue YouTube channel. The Mary Sue YouTube channel. They have 3,500 subscribers. Her 29-minute long video about episodes 1 through 5 of The Acolyte has 1.7 thousand views. Nobody cares. But in the interview, she talks about the backlash that she received bringing Ki-Adi-Mundi in. So she wanted to bring the character in. She goes to see Pablo Hidalgo on the story team. She says, Pablo, I want Ki-Adi-Mundi in this show. Can that work? Let me know. And he gets back to her, yes, go ahead. And that's exactly the kind of thing that Dave Filoni will do with Abeloth. By the way, does Dave Filoni even need Pablo Hidalgo? After all, he is the executive vice president and chief creative officer. Star Wars is pretty much his sandbox at this point, and it stands to reason. This is why we're getting so much witchcraft in Star Wars with Ahsoka, with Tales of the Empire, the story of Morgan Elsbeth, and now this show, which is about space witches. So that's one thing. But the other thing is the Mortis arc. Where did that originate? The Clone Wars. His project. He's in it. And a lot of people don't like the Mortis arc because it changed how we see the Force. The balance of the Force, as defined by George Lucas originally, was the absence of the dark side. Now, the balance of the Force is everything in harmony, pure balance as we understand it. Good, bad, balance in the middle. And that's, very unfortunate that it was changed. And unfortunately, George Lucas is the one that started that. Here's something else. Take a look a little closer at the character of Abeloth in Legends. Does that remind you of anything that we've seen recently? Darth Smiley the Gimp looks like the same mouth to me. I mean, it can be said that the mask here for the stranger is an homage to Abeloth. Heck, for all we know, Abeloth could be the master of this guy. She's going to live forever. She is immortal, so who knows what they've changed in canon. But does it stand to reason that they're going to use the character in Ahsoka Season 2? Yeah. Don't forget everything that we're getting about the Mortis gods, the Mortis arc in live action with Dave Filoni. Balin Skull could be on mission to go find Abeloth. That could be what this entire thing is about. It absolutely makes sense. So DanielRPK, the famous leaker of plots, the famous leaker of trailer release dates, industry insider, he is the one that dropped this information, and he's been right about a great many things. It says, after the success of Ahsoka Season 1, it's confirmed a second season may introduce one of the most popular characters in Star Wars Legends continuity, Abeloth. The potential live-action entry of Abeloth, or the Mother, may give us a memorable Luke Skywalker moment. Soon after the rumor of her appearance circulated, the fans asserted that Ahsoka Season 2 may give us one of the nastiest live-action fight sequences in the Star Wars universe. The thing about the Legend story is that was Grand Master Luke Skywalker. Extremely powerful, more powerful than we ever saw him on screen in live action in Chapter 16 in The Mandalorian or anything like that. So are they going to make him like that? I don't know. That's going to tick off a lot of EU fans, a lot of Legends fans. It's not going to sit well with them if, Luke's not made extremely powerful like he was in those books. However, that being said, I don't think that they would. They're going to have him show up, be the hero, fight alongside Ahsoka, but it also wouldn't surprise me if Dave Filoni changes it and makes Ahsoka the actual real hero, Luke just kind of the sidekick. But if you want to try to save the franchise, at least try to save the franchise, it might behoove you to make Luke Skywalker the hero. I just don't think it's going to work at this point. And that's coming from a diehard Luke Skywalker fan. Me. And you see the tweet here from Screen Time. The Mother, Abeloth, will reportedly appear in Ahsoka Season 2. Yeah, and I guess that's a good time for me to mention she's not only known as Abeloth. She's not only just involved with the Mortis arc, with the father, the son, and the daughter. She's known as the Mother. This is just, all the pieces fit. The article finishes here. Almost everybody agrees that the Mother has the potential to be one of the best Star Wars villains. Interestingly, some also want to see her being set up as the big bad of a new saga, which will be concluded in a full-fledged film. With the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie in the works, it may be a possibility that Abeloth is set as the Thanos of the saga. It actually would not surprise me if the plan by Dave Filoni is to bring in Abeloth and introduce her in Season 2 of Ahsoka, but for the actual real final fight to happen in Filoni's movie, which may or may not happen. I know that we just went deep down the rabbit hole with theories, trying to connect the dots. What do you think about the return of Luke Skywalker, bringing Abeloth into Star Wars live action? Does that make the franchise better? Does that give you hope for enjoying some Star Wars again? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. We are Echo Base Network. May the Force be with you. See you on the next one.